Now you all know I don't wake up early in the morning to sip lukewarm tea. I need my gossip boiling hot straight off the scandal stove. And baby, today's story, it's giving scandal, betrayal, and a little bit of missing tooth mystery, all wrapped into one. Picture this: Tamar Braxton, the self-proclaimed drama queen of reality TV. The woman who can turn a family dinner into a 5-episode season arc, caught up in yet another whirlwind of chaos. But this time, it ain't about singing high notes, it's about low blows, because word on the street is Tamar might just be dipping her toes and maybe a little more into forbidden waters with none other than Mendeecees Harris. Yes, Yandy husband, love, and hip-hop's resident trouble magnet. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, Tamar menaces together at the same place, at the same time, while teeth are allegedly flying and blood is allegedly pooling. Oh, it gets messier, darling. The streets are whispering, the blogs are screaming, and fans are ready to connect the dots faster than the FBI on a Netflix documentary. So, buckle up, because what I'm about to lay out might just flip your entire perception of Tamar Mendeecees and the circus we call celebrity loyalty. When it comes to the world of reality TV and celebrity drama, rumors spread like wildfire. And lately, the spotlight has shifted onto two names nobody expected to be tied together: Tamar Braxton and Mendeecees Harris. The whispers started quietly, but they've quickly grown into a full-blown storm with fans, bloggers, and media outlets speculating that something might be going on between them. But is there really any truth to it, or is this just another classic case of the internet taking a small detail and spinning it into a massive scandal? Let's take a step back and break this down. First, you've got Tamar Braxton, a powerhouse in the entertainment industry. She's not just known for her incredible voice, but also her fiery personality and candid nature on reality shows. Tamar has never been one to shy away from controversy, and her love life has always been something that fans and tabloids follow closely. From her high-profile marriage to Vincent Herbert to her very public breakup and later her engagement to Jeremy Jr. Robinson, Tamar's relationships have always been front-page news, and every time she's managed to bring her raw, unfiltered truth to the table. On the other side, you have Mendeecees Harris, best known for his role on Love and Hip Hop New York. He's the husband of Yandy Smith Harris, and the two have been portrayed as one of the most solid couples in the Love and Hip Hop franchise. Mendeecees' past isn't without its challenges. His time in prison and the struggles that came with reuniting with his family afterward have been documented in front of millions. But through it all, his relationship with Yandy seemed unshakable. They built a brand together, raised a family, and stood as one of the more respected couples in reality television. So, how did Tamar Braxton and Mendeecees Harris even get connected in the same conversation? Well, according to the rumor mill, it started when the two were spotted at several of the same industry events. Some fans claim they noticed chemistry that went beyond just casual conversation. In today's world, where a single glance, a laugh, or even sitting too close can spark an entire narrative, that's all it took for whispers to begin. Social media lit up with questions. Why is Tamar hanging around Mendeecees? And does Yandy know what's going on? Adding fuel to the fire, Tamar has been known to post cryptic messages on social media, sometimes about love, sometimes about betrayal, and other times about her personal struggles. While she never directly mentioned Mendeecees, fans began connecting dots that may not even exist. That's the tricky part with celebrity culture. Perception can sometimes matter more than reality. Meanwhile, Mendeecees has kept relatively quiet. His image has always been tied to being a devoted husband and father. But that doesn't stop people from speculating. For critics, silence often looks like guilt, even when it's really just someone refusing to feed into drama. Still, people began digging deeper, looking at photos, appearances, and even the slightest interactions that could be interpreted as proof. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Tamar Braxton and Yandy Smith have both been part of the same entertainment circles. They've crossed paths at events, been part of the same social media spaces, and have even had overlapping friendships. So, naturally, the idea of Tamar being connected with Yandy's husband sends the drama levels through the roof. It's not just about romance or infidelity, it's about breaking trust in an already tight-knit circle of celebrity relationships. But here's the million-dollar question. Is there any actual evidence that Tamar and Mendeecees are messing around? As of now, no concrete proof has surfaced. There are no photos of them holding hands, no videos of them being intimate, no credible sources confirming a romantic relationship. It's all based on speculation, rumors, and the ever-powerful machine of social media gossip. Still, that doesn't stop people from believing it. Why? Because both Tamar and Mendeecees have histories that make the rumor believable to fans. Tamar has been through very public ups and downs with her relationships, so the idea of her being tied to someone new always grabs attention. On the other hand, Mendeecees' complicated past, especially with women, gives fans ammunition to assume he could be involved in something scandalous. When you mix those two reputations together, it's the perfect recipe for gossip blogs to run wild. At the same time, let's not ignore the fact that this kind of rumor could have very real consequences. For Yandy Smith Harris, who has stood by Mendeecees through thick and thin, even the whisper of infidelity could hurt her image and her brand. Yandy has always portrayed herself as a strong, independent woman who stands for family values, loyalty, and resilience. To have Tamar, another powerful woman in the industry, tied to her husband in such a scandalous way could be seen as the ultimate betrayal. And for Tamar, who has worked hard to rebuild her image after years of personal struggles, being painted as the other woman could undo a lot of the progress she's made. Tamar has been open about her battles with mental health, her heartbreaks, and her desire to find real love and happiness. Being accused of interfering in someone else's marriage could damage not just her reputation, but also her personal journey toward healing. Fans have been quick to take sides. Some argue that Tamar wouldn't do something like this, pointing to her loyalty to women in her circle and her outspoken personality that usually keeps things transparent. Others believe that Mendeecees could never betray Yandy in such a public and reckless way, especially considering everything she's done for him. But then there's a whole section of fans who live for this kind of drama, fueling the rumors with comments, memes, and even receipts that may or may not be valid. In reality, celebrity culture thrives on this kind of speculation. Whether it's true or not almost doesn't matter. The drama itself is enough to keep people talking, sharing, and engaging. Tamar and Mendeecees' names being mentioned together guarantees headlines, clicks, and viral moments. And let's be honest, sometimes that's all it takes to keep a story line alive in the entertainment industry. Still, until someone directly addresses the situation, whether that's Tamar Mendeecees or Yandy, the truth remains blurry. It's possible that they're nothing more than industry peers caught in the middle of exaggerated rumors. Or maybe, just maybe, there's a bigger story unfolding behind the scenes that hasn't fully come to light yet. What we do know is this: in the world of reality TV, nothing stays hidden forever. Secrets have a way of surfacing. Alliances are constantly shifting and the truth always finds its way to the public eye. For now, all we can do is watch, wait, and see how Tamar Braxton and Mendeecees Harris handle the heat. Because one thing is for sure, this story is far from over. When the whispers first started swirling about Tamar Braxton and Mendeecees Harris, most people brushed it off as just another wild rumor cooked up by social media. After all, Tamar has been through her fair share of public relationships and heartbreaks, while Mendeecees has always carried the shadow of his past along with his very public marriage to Yandy Smith. But here's the thing about Hollywood and reality TV culture: where there's smoke, there's usually fire. And now that fire is spreading faster than ever before. People began noticing Tamar and Mendeecees being spotted at the same events, sometimes a little too close for comfort. It wasn't just casual photos, or simple meet-and-greet moments either. No, fans claimed there were subtle gestures, lingering looks, and even hushed conversations that gave off the kind of energy you don't normally see between two people who are just friends. The blogs wasted no time jumping on the story. Instagram gossip pages started blasting screenshots, alleged DMs, and even grainy videos showing Tamar laughing a little too hard at Mendeecees' jokes. And let's be honest, when you're a celebrity, the smallest interaction can be blown up into a full-on scandal. But what really sent fans into overdrive was a supposed leaked recording. In this audio clip, voices alleged to be Tamar and Mendeecees can be heard having a private conversation, discussing things that sounded way too intimate to be just friendly chatter. Now, let's pause for a second. Both Tamar and Mendeecees have denied any wrongdoing, but their silence in certain moments has raised eyebrows. Tamar, known for clapping back at rumors with fiery social media posts, chose to keep things unusually vague this time. Meanwhile, Mendeecees kept his cool, almost like he had nothing to prove. But that calm demeanor is exactly what fans are questioning. Was it confidence or was it damage control? Behind the scenes, Insiders claimed this alleged connection between Tamar and Mendeecees started during a private industry party months ago. Both were said to be in vulnerable places emotionally. Tamar had been navigating heartbreak, stress, and a roller coaster of career moments. Mendeecees, despite standing strong publicly with Yandhi, was rumored to be feeling the strain of constant public scrutiny and marital tension. That kind of emotional cocktail is exactly what makes scandalous connections possible. The most shocking twist. Some insiders suggest that it wasn't Tamar who pursued Mendeecees, but rather the other way around. Sources allege that Mendeecees admired Tamar's raw honesty, her unfiltered personality, and the way she commands attention wherever she goes. To him, Tamar was a refreshing change from the constant drama he faced within his marriage. If that's true, then it paints a whole new picture of what really went down. But of course, this didn't just stay between Tamar, Mendeecees, and Yandhi. Once the whispers leaked online, the fanbase split into two camps. One side argued that Tamar would never betray another woman, especially given how much she's publicly preached about loyalty and sisterhood. The other side pointed out Tamar's history of messy relationships and argued that nothing was off the table when it came to her love life. Let's not forget Yandhi in all of this. Known for her strong presence on Love and Hip Hop, Yandhi has always carried herself with grace, but even she has her breaking points. Reports suggest that Yandhi confronted Mendeecees privately about the rumors, demanding to know the truth. Some say that confrontation turned heated, with Yandhi warning Mendeecees that if there was even a sliver of truth to the Tamar connection, it would destroy not only their marriage, but also his entire public image. And here's where things get really wild. A close friend of Tamar allegedly leaked a cryptic message hinting that Tamar wasn't entirely innocent in this situation. According to the source, Tamar confided that she felt drawn to Mendeecees because he understood her pain in a way few people did. That right there was enough to fuel the fire, suggesting that even if nothing physical happened, there was at least an emotional bond forming between the two. The press had a field day with this angle. Headlines screamed about a possible love triangle, and blogs framed Tamar as the villain who might be wrecking Yandhi's marriage. But if you look closely, you'll notice something. Tamar never fully denied having a connection with Mendeecees. She danced around the rumors, saying things like, "People always want to see a black woman fail," or, "I don't owe anyone an explanation for my friendships." Those aren't exactly the kinds of statements that put rumors to rest. Meanwhile, fans began digging up old clips of Tamar and Yandhi interacting at public events. At one point, the two women seemed cool, smiling for cameras and supporting each other, but after these rumors broke, sharp-eyed fans noticed that Tamar stopped liking Yandhi posts on Instagram. She stopped leaving comments, too. Yandhi, for her part, unfollowed Tamar quietly without saying a word. And in today's digital age, that kind of move says a whole lot without needing a press release. The tension hit another level when Tamar posted a cryptic message on her Instagram story. Sometimes, the people who preach loyalty, the loudest, are the ones who can't handle it themselves. Fans immediately connected this to the rumors, assuming it was a subliminal shot at Yandhi, but others argued it was Tamar's way of defending herself, suggesting that Yandhi wasn't as innocent as she pretended to be. As the drama played out online, TV producers were reportedly rubbing their hands together with glee. Reality TV thrives on scandals like this, and insiders claimed that both Tamar and Mendeecees have been approached about addressing the rumors on camera. Imagine the ratings if Tamar, Mendeecees, and Yandhi all ended up in the same room with cameras rolling. That's the kind of drama networks dream about. But here's the deeper truth. Whether or not Tamar and Mendeecees actually messed around, the damage has already been done. The public perception has shifted. People now side-eye Tamar's every move, questioning her loyalty and integrity. Mendeecees, once admired for standing strong with Yandhi through his prison time and legal troubles, now faces accusations of being disloyal and messy. And Yandhi, she's caught in the middle of a media storm that she never asked for. The story only gets messier from here. New reports suggest that Tamar may have been using the scandal to her advantage, hoping the buzz would help boost attention for her upcoming projects. After all, Tamar is no stranger to controversy, and she knows how to flip headlines into opportunity. But if that's true, then she's playing a very dangerous game, one that could cost her more than she's willing to admit. And then, just when people thought things couldn't get more shocking, another rumor dropped. Allegedly, a close associate of Mendeecees claimed to have seen them together late at night, away from the spotlight. No cameras, no paparazzi, Just two people who looked way too comfortable with each other. Was it innocent, or was it proof that the rumors had some truth all along? One thing is clear. This story is far from over. Tamar Braxton and Mendeecees Harris have found themselves in the center of one of the juiciest scandals of the year. And until the truth fully comes out, the speculation will only grow louder. Now, let's dive even deeper into this scandal that's shaking both the love and hip-hop universe and the R&B world to its core. By now, fans are split right down the middle. Some are convinced that Tamar Braxton and Mendeecees Harris are actually caught up in a messy situation, while others believe it's all smoke and mirrors designed to boost drama for TV ratings. But when you really break it down, the truth isn't just about the rumors themselves. It's about how these two celebrities, reputations, families, and entire brands are being put under a magnifying glass. First, let's talk about how the public reaction has gone from surprise to full-blown outrage. Tamar's fanbase, known as the Tamarians, have been dragging Mendeecees non-stop on social media, calling him a manipulator and accusing him of disrespecting his wife, Yandy Smith. They argue that Tamar deserves better than to be caught up in someone else's marital drama, especially since she's already been through very public heartbreaks in the past. On the flip side, Yandy's fans are defending him, saying, people are too quick to assume the worst and that the whole narrative has been twisted to create a scandal. But here's the kicker. Insiders close to production of Love and Hip Hop are whispering that this isn't just coincidence. According to them, the cameras were already rolling when Tamar and Mendeecees were spotted, having what appeared to be two friendly interactions backstage. And let's be real, when producers smell drama, they know exactly how to fan the flames. So, could it be that what started as a casual conversation got hyped into a storyline that's now spiraling out of control? Or is there really some truth to these rumors? Now, one of the most telling parts of this entire scandal has been the silence from Yandy Smith. Usually, Yandy is quick to address anything that could tarnish her image, especially when it comes to her marriage. But this time, crickets, and that silence has people talking even louder. Some speculate that Yandy is staying quiet because there's actually some truth to the rumors, while others say she's letting Tamar take the fall for the narrative because Yandy knows the cameras will eventually clear her husband's name. Either way, her decision not to step forward is fueling the fire rather than putting it out. And then there's Tamar herself. Tamar has never been one to shy away from defending her name. Yet, instead of flat-out denying the allegations, she's been posting cryptic messages about knowing your worth and not entertaining lies. That kind of vagueness only leaves fans with more questions than answers. Is she trying to throw subtle shade at Yandy? Is she admitting there was a little flirtation, but not an actual affair? Or is she just using the attention to keep her name trending? What really takes this scandal to another level is the history of both stars with messy public drama. Tamar's been through everything from toxic relationships to feuds with other celebrities, while Mendeecees and Yandy marriage has been tested repeatedly on reality TV, from his prison sentence to questions of loyalty. So, when you put two people with that kind of history into the same room, it's almost like a recipe for headlines. Let's also talk about the business side of things because we can't ignore the fact that controversy sells. Every time Tamar's name is in the blogs, her streams spike. Every time Mendeecees gets dragged, Love and Hip Hop ratings climb. Producers know this, publicists know this, and you better believe Tamar and Mendeecees themselves know this. So even if there isn't any real affair happening, the scandal alone is boosting their visibility in a way that benefits their careers, even if it's messy in the short term. But here's the dangerous part. When you mix real-life families into the drama, the consequences get way more serious. Tamar has a son, Mendeecees has kids, and Yandy has built a family brand based on LP. If the public starts to believe that image is fake, it could damage everything they've worked so hard to build. And that's where the line between entertainment and reality gets blurred in the most damaging way. Some fans online have even taken it further, claiming this could be the beginning of the end for Yandy and Mendeecees' marriage. Rumors are swirling that Yandy has already confronted Tamar behind the scenes, demanding answers about what's really going on. Meanwhile, Tamar's sisters, especially Toni Braxton, are allegedly urging her to cut ties with the drama before it gets out of hand. If that's true, then this isn't just some TV storyline. It's spilling into real family dynamics that could leave lasting scars. Now, let's flip the script for a second. What if Tamar and Mendeecees really are just friends, and this is nothing but exaggerated gossip? That would mean Tamar is being unfairly painted as a homewrecker and Mendeecees is being slandered as an unfaithful husband, all for the sake of clout. If that's the case, then this whole scandal is a dangerous example of how quickly false narratives can spiral out of control in the age of social media. The truth is, until either Tamar Mendeecees or Yandi speaks up directly and clearly, we're left piecing together clues from cryptic posts, insider leaks, and heavily edited reality TV clips. But one thing is certain, this scandal has already shifted the way fans view Tamar and Mendeecees, whether they're guilty of messing around or just guilty of poor judgment. Their reputations are taking hits that won't be easy to recover from, and here's where it gets even more interesting. The next season of Love and Hip Hop is reportedly already weaving this storyline into its core narrative. That means producers aren't backing down. They're leaning in, ready to milk this situation for every ounce of drama it can bring. So even if Tamar and Mendeecees are innocent, the show itself might frame things in a way that convinces millions of viewers otherwise. And once it airs, their side of the story may no longer matter. So, at the end of the day, what's the truth? Are Tamar Braxton and Mendeecees Harris really caught messing around, or are they just the latest victims of reality TV's thirst for drama? The evidence is murky, the reactions are explosive, and the silence from the people who know the truth is deafening. But one thing's for sure, this scandal isn't dying down anytime soon. If anything, it's just getting started. Because when it comes to Tamar Mendeecees and the world of love and hip-hop, one rule always applies. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and the flames are only getting higher. If you thought this story was wild, trust me, more shocking celebrity truths are on the way. Don't miss a single update. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Tamar and Mendeecees are really messing around, or is this just another rumor? Let's talk about it.